That's all nice. Well, my job here is done. Yay!
How does Nima feel about the... Has she ever used a poison as powerful before that exploded someone's brain after 15 minutes?
No, it's exciting.
Oh, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, what I believe is amusing is technically Halddamir's Sir Alec's brain would have gone on round 1.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone. Well, it wouldn't have gone on round 1, I don't think.
He's a little more tough, perhaps.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, but the basilisk's blood is certainly one of the worst things you can get in your mouth.
I perused the poison section for a bit before I decided on that one.
It's not easy to get.
Well,
There's not a lot of people hunting basilisks for good reason. They're bad news.
We kind of both liked it. It was delicious.
Well, they talked. They had a
We
conversation.
talked.
What if
We need to
point-
build a
yeah.
basilisk ranch.
Yeah.
Can we get a holding?
Destin is to find an egg of
Well, Nima blows a
no
kiss.
blood so sweet.
Oh,
Nima blows a
Yes.
kiss to Halen and puts on her headgear.
Sure.
Um,
Leaves the bodies laying there. What about the horses? What do the horses? I mean, the teacher's horse is like running fucking away. It's no
what
fun.
about Halen's horse?
Halen's horse is trained. It's not running. It's just standing there, being a horse.
Yeah, she'll smack it, make it run.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll stab the horse.
No, what
Okay,
did the
sure.
horse do to me?
Sure, you can smack it and it'll sort of whine and such, but you can make it run, basically. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's
All right, make it run away. Sure.
and Nima will get up on her horse and go home. I'm
Right.
tired and a little hungry.
Hey ho, the Lord is dead. All hail the Lord. Well, at home, meanwhile, you have a chance to make a conversation happen between you and Lord Ambrose, perhaps. Maybe Desmond wants to do a one-on-one.
a duel to the death. No. We will do a 3v3.
3v3, all right.
Yep, we will do it in the gallery.
Gallery,
Art room place.
all right, sure.
Desmond's personal workshop, essentially.
Yes,
Just up
Desim's
there.
personal workshop, where hopefully the art will be incredibly impressive and also creepy enough to maybe unnerve the good
What
Lord.
PCs will you bring in?
Well,
3,
This-
perhaps?
I'm thinking the prince to bring him in here.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
Unless Bree feels like she wants to be part of this.
4v4.
In a grand
Well,
4v4.
Bree is just a 12-year-old girl. I mean, what kind of authority? What does it matter what she wants, Jonas?
Just all the sweet sweet cakes she can put into Lord Butterwell.
I don't try the same trick twice.
Okay.
I thought of my creative thing.
Yeah. All right then. Sure.
There's a lot of creepy art, a lot of ravens around. Desmond is busy, but there's place to sit here, and there will be places. But this is certainly his home arena, and his hope
Sure.
is that this will.
How did he invite these people up here?
He will say that being so close to the election, he has he has some paperwork to take care of. Also, he is in a bit of an inspirational mood, and so he is painting. And since Lord Ambrose has professed such delight at his painting, he thought that it
So-
would be very good for the Lord to see him in action.
Self-portrait of Lord Ambrose Butterwell.
Oh yes, allow me to
Self-portrait,
paint
but rather
you.
a portrait of him.
Why am I dead?
Oh, don't worry, my lord.
Seems like someone's dead in there. All right, well, sure. Yeah, let's do some things. What did you tell Prince Makar when you said,
He has-
"Come up to my look at the painting I made
No,
of Butterwell"?
He has pretty much explained to Makar, all right, we are on your side in this. We want to stand against the Blackfire, but Ambrose is actively working against us. If you can back us up with your authority, with your, basically help us out against him, because he is very difficult to sway. And we are working towards the same direction here, Prince.
some status checks.
Maybe you know what? Maybe the prince will take some glee in actually going head to head with Lord Ambrose. Maybe he will be actually quite happy to.
Probably not on this battlefield, Jonas.
Maybe. But he's been enduring his Ambrose's smugness for a while now, and
Smugness.
But I have all this butter.
I am constantly all buttered up.
Made of butter.
He is. It's just a rippling mass of congealed
A
butter.
wagon full of butter has arrived, and with cheese and stuff.
An entire well of butter just dip in your bucket.
Prince Maker's not taking shit right now.
He sees the ambition. He likes it.
What did you roll, Jonas?
An 8.
Okay, well, that's
I'm distracted.
He's all the paintings.
Nicely done, Prince Maker.
Well, it was a pretty good roll too. Well, he will begin by telling this knight to get by looking at him and say,
"Get the fuck out."
Leave. Yeah, you can go. We have no need of you here.
It's like no one needs a guard.
And, he can auto make him go. So that's what he'll do. He'll leave.
Out.
Ain't got nothing.
Okay.
Prince doesn't feel like that's too much, you know.
Lord Butterwell auto compels him back, no, come back.
He looks towards Desm to send him away, but that would be discourteous, really.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we'll look to Linus, who is his best friend now.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. She will look at him and say, Lord Linus, you're on first name basis at this point.
Uh-huh.
I'm most delighted to see these paintings, and I would like to know if you have some instruments too. I understood that you had some minor workings and such, and I think that's a good idea. However, to get to this whole matter at hand, you wouldn't really want to be Lord of the Marshes, would you? I understand you would currently be the heir of your brother, and since he is at a certain age and hasn't really married yet, I understand that at some point you would be Lord of the Marshes. You would be a gentle one, but sometimes it is necessary for a lord to also be harsh, and you strike me as a gentle soul, a good man. Would you truly want me to aid you in gaining this position? He's trying to convince Linus to not want to be Lord of the Marshes, and have him not want to participate in that whole thing.
What to do with Linus?
What that is convince. 24.
24. That is 4 degrees of success.
That is 20 points.
20 points reduced by 1.
It's 19 points then.
Which I will have to drop 2 frustrations. And I will be left on 1 composure.
Right. Yes. You're frustrated at this man for saying you're awesome and then saying you're not okay.
Can you make up his goddamn mind? What was 7?
Mixed signals.
You have to do stuff.
Well, so much for the advantage of having the +5 bonus. I don't know if that really helps now. I'm down to 2 dice.
No, that's not going to help you against him.
But I suppose I can Well, while it is true that my decision, while I have been known to be light on occasion, my uncle does have quite the bit of advice and wisdom, and to follow those around him does significantly aid, even where one falls short. It is a good trait to have, and I believe listening to his words right now may be a good way to proceed. Trying to assist them.
All right, try.
Here's an interesting question. Would I use my modifier for my relationship with Desm, or just with the other side?
Yeah, but there's a...
Okay. What is it?
Now we
friendly?
see the hatred you hold for Decim secretly.
What is it for friendly?
Take a look.
Yeah, sure. With friendly, it is a +3.
Oops, I made a mistake somewhere.
As an only friend.
Yep.
Good. There we go, Lanus.
Your bonus.
Have the +2 bonus.
Wayne picks up on this and steps on and says, of course, a lord should listen to advice, but advice cannot do it alone, and looks, there's no offense, but your uncle will not be here forever. At the time when you inherit the title, it would likely be at an unfortunate time where he might not be there to assist you. Perhaps it is wiser to listen to Lord Ambrose as to this. And you'll try to convince Venus that,
Nope.
Okay.
That.
Well, if only you'd be dicks so you could, taunt and intimidate you. Decim.
Decim painting the picture, looking at Barwell from time to time, and painting his lovely portrait.
Why his favourite skull?
We'll say that your worries are quite unfounded, Lord Hand. The strength and unity and cohesion of our house is, dare I say, well known, perhaps even legendary. We have always prided ourselves in unity and taking good advice where it can be found. I assure you that your fears in this are completely ungrounded. I will try to convince Ambrose. He will also try to get that little bonus die he can from his breeding. If he can hit Ambrose's... no, probably not. In that case, he uses Artist, and there is a modifier. And there we go. Would his artistry quality, would that be even stronger in here, or would that be like
Sure. Let's you have twice that for one.
Okay.
Double effect.
Double effect.
You're in the art room and there's art
Maximum
everywhere.
power.
I made all of this.
Yes, look at it.
All right, that would be 2 degrees.
No, that's...
Do you get a +1 modifier towards your persuasion checks if you're amiable towards them?
That is true. So it's a 26.
Yes, he has an 18 intrigue defense though, so one more. Basically, you need another one.
Damn it. Well, that is 10 damage on Lord Ambrose.
10 on Lord Ambrose. All right. I don't need to be frustrated yet. It's merely begun. So... he will look to Sir Gawain and say, good sir, I think it would be more fitting for you to stay out of this for now. Just let the others speak a little. And he will make Wayne not take a turn this turn. Well, Ambrose needs to defend himself, otherwise he's going to get screwed. So he will look to Decim. I of course understand when the young don't want exactly what you do. My youngest is off with the Blackfire in the disputed lands, just fighting around and such. He doesn't really do as much conversation as I would have liked him to do. And now the oldest is indecisive, to say the least. It seems that you've really gotten to him. Huh? Your skills are quite legendary in this field, but I think that we could do much together, but not in this way, right? The two of us could find a better way to do things. Huh? I'll try to charm his Nova strike, as they call it.
That's 3 degrees, yes.
Which is then 15.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 3, 12. Yep.
You're amiable, so you can certainly take all that to the chin.
Yes, I can. And she does.
All right. Yes.
Well, maybe this frustration does make my life significantly harder.
That was the plan, with making it be there.
Mm-hmm. He knows. He knows.
Our current approach is decent.
It is a decent approach to go with, I suppose.
I mean, we are still, severely outgunned against him, but hopefully...
Just keep shooting.
Yeah, keep shooting and probably steer him in a location where we can't really charm, every... Probably, you can't use the scepter twice, right?
I mean, he could. Which is the worrying bit, he could.
Well, I will switch up this round and maybe.
Yes.
Yes. Desmond, you're doing a great job with that, I must say. Anyway, of course, with all of this, you have been working quite hard with bolstering me, trying to bolster me and ready me for any kind of positions that may come up and decisions. And with your guidance, I'm sure I will be a suitable candidate in time without your aid. But till then, your words of guidance are much required here. Trying to insist his argument.
All right. All this praise doesn't feel good about himself, huh?
Hey, Desmond's arrogant. He's probably loving it.
Yeah, I know.
It's true. It's all true. Huh?
It's all true. I'm not to brag.
I am the best. I'm the best person. I should be the Lord. Sir Gawain and Prince Mika was going to go over here and have a bit of a talk about how him involving himself in all this sort of thing. Because he's not supposed to. He's a guard. It's not his business to meddle in this.
Well, Desmond will then say, it seems to me then, Lord Ambrose, that your charms are certainly legendary, but you seem to be repeating yourself a little bit. Perhaps we should go down to something more of the nitty-gritty. We would offer to lead the marshes into a new and prosperous future, and you in return would back us in this endeavor. We would be the obvious good candidate, of course. He will basically try to bargain with Lord Ambrose.
Oh, what are you offering? To go with the plan, basically?
Yeah, go for a bright new future. Go for the bright, not perhaps exactly the one he first thought, but this new future is clearly much better, right?
Maybe not get all you wanted, but you can get some of it. All right. Barking about him.
Let's see. No, that was just one away from an additional success. That's
Do
fine.
it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
You get a +1 because of Lanus.
Oh yeah, +1 because of the 18. It would be so hit.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that does hit. You do how much?
5.
All right then. Not enough to make him frustrated yet.
Damn it.
No, there's a language I can speak. But I think perhaps that if this was to work at all, some place, of course, let's entertain the idea then. If this was to happen, of course, you would have to do all that I have spoken to you that Dondarian would do, and maybe he would back you in it, simply switching your places, but with the same reforms pushed through. I am but the king's servant, after all, and you wouldn't want to meddle in such affairs, surely. It would be glory to you, perhaps, but the same things would have to happen, and the title would only work for a short amount of time before it would be abolished, surely. And he will bargain right back at you. Yes. It is not his best ability, but maybe we'll work it out.
Okay, that is 15. That is 2 degrees.
2 degrees. Right, and what do you deal with bargaining? Is that cunning?
It is.
Yes, cunning.
Bargain cunning. All right, his cunning. He's a very cunning man. That does make a difference. That is 2 degrees. That's 10.
Done. Okay.
He's perhaps more cunning than he lets on most of the time.
Okay, I'll take a frustration.
All right. Venus.
Do you think assisting you, or do you think possibly trying to mollify you might help? Or?
The thing is, you won't give me that much health at this point, I think, right?
It's 4, so
yeah.
I don't know how much health you even have because I can't see your sheet. So it's
Oh, I'm at 1 composure, but I have 1 frustration. I can take 4 more frustrations. So I can basically absorb if it does another full attack, so to speak, and Nova Strike. I can absorb all of it, but then I would be so frustrated that I would have to.
A mollify would at least protect you against if you did anything that wasn't a Nova Strike, possibly.
Possibly.
I mean, you could possibly take it on the chin, possibly. I mean, it's up to you. Or I could just give you more attack power and hope you can shoot him.
Just at this point, just give me everything. All the power. Try to hack away at him.
Power.
I suppose I will continue down these similar lines of encouraging Desm and reinforcing that his ideas are a good one, should be considered. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
That's actually an extra degree.
It grants you my +2.
Oh, okay. Extra degrees does nothing. Okay.
Degrees
don't mean much.
Well, he will try to convince Lord Butwell that indeed there will be perhaps not all, because the choice before them here is to have this be possible at all, and in that case they couldn't simply just switch the plans. There must be some of the Caladan fire in the election and the nomination to make it all very proper and believable. You know, it needs to have the proper air about it. You know, try to convince Lord Butwell of this.
Sure. Well, yeah, that's a degree.
Okay.
You deal 5.
Yes.
All right, I'll whittle away at him. Well, try to convince you that this might make you look bad, and that people will generally not like someone who pushes in this way. It will also make the king seem all way too involved in this whole process, which he's not really supposed to be, as it is.
Hmm.
So that is 15.
Yeah, that's 2 degrees. Right? Is it 3?
3.
Yeah.
That's 15 damage, which is then reduced by your 3.
Yep.
12.
But I would need to take 3 frustrations for that. To keep that away.
And to do that, basically, you would get 4, which you can.
Yes, I can take 1 more, but this is probably... I do Bernard is here to win, or we need to give him this.
It's best of 4, so letting you win 2 is mattering.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Mm.
Then the best you can get is even.
Yeah, we can't let him win here. If we want to go through with the power, like grab.
Okay. In which case, Lanus is going to take a second.
His uncle heavily frustrated.
Yes, looking at that, still kind of flustered himself from everything that's been said, both positive and conflicted. And kind of get up from where he might have been sitting, kind of going over to his uncle's shoulder a bit, looking over at the work a bit more. This is quite the flattering image of him, wouldn't you say, Uncle?
That's some nice
Some of your better work.
painting.
But Lord Hand, looking clearly a little bit nervous. It's clear that with all that's been happening, you need to ensure it is a house that you know one to follow through, that truly understands the complex situations we're at, and well, if I may, I believe you yourself have been quite the inspiration for ensuring this, and that essentially Lane's going to just gush over him by burning a destiny point to try and to compel this.
All right, you want to basically gush so much that he forgets why he's even here.
And when I said
yeah,
just overwhelm it with just like so much.
Uh-huh. Okay, sure. Yeah, you can burn a destiny point to auto-compel someone. This includes Butterwell. He's old, so he doesn't have that many, and he's not willing to spend it here.
Sure. Gosh.
All right, that will turn into a victory for you then. You can now not be forced to do anything. You can only be tied, at worst. And well,
Oh, that was nerve-wracking.
there's one more, and because you won this one, I'm gonna let you guys decide what kind of art you want. Basically, he's only gonna be able to really, at this point, bring knights and such, because basically the prince has taken away his other people, and his son is being a waste of space.
We did a good job.
So you know, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit pressed here at this point.
All right.
Yeah, he will,
Yeah.
however. It's his turn to decide, technically. So you convince the prince to help him. To help you. All right. Well, how about he will ask in a manner as to not be refused that the master of arms and the young Bree maybe take a walk with him. He would like to see how the other Caladans feel about this whole affair that's going on, and he hasn't really had much time to socialize with them. He's a very sociable person, and he would like to spend a little bit of time walking with them. Maybe talk to them a little bit as well. What he's going to try to do is convince them to help him.
Okay.
You can, of course, be like, nah, and you can engage him instead. It's basically him asking for two people. But you can't really,
The Master of Arms is terribly busy dealing with Prince Maegard's request.
I'm pretty confident that you can't contrive an excuse for a 12-year-old girl to not follow the hand of the king around.
She's busy preparing to become our sons.
Not to mention, wouldn't refuse her anyway. She's furious, not suicidal. Anakin wants to speak
all
to me.
right,
Wait,
we'll go with him. Will
Yep,
Sir
we will.
Alaric you can take Decim instead. And he's like, well, that didn't help me. Or Halldamir.
perhaps Halldamir is sobbing profusely. Who can say?
Well, perhaps
head
then
of
we
the king
would just
wants to
do
speak to
Bree
me.
then. If
Okay.
if he's not here, it shouldn't really be punished for that. He is busy after all. Halldamir, are you here? You're writing, so you must be here.
I am back now.
Hal-
You
Will is
stepped away.
inviting you and
Good
Bree for a
news.
little walk.
The head of the
Sorry, I missed all of that because of bad connection.
Yeah, the call is pretty bad.
We could
Yeah, it's
maybe
mine.
have Grimmith rehosted. He usually has a good connection.
I can do it. Hang up, Halldamir.
Right.
Rehosting? Hooray!
Hello.
Better quality.